Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to this fifth edition of Poetry Reading Online. I'm really glad to be having my good friend Igor here tonight with me and Saptaparni, who stayed up once again. Uh, I don't know what time it's by her, but really late in the night already, so thanks to her very much. She will be reading soon. But first, we will start with a video sent from Sudip in India, who is going to read a short poem, and it will be followed by another short poem from Jonathan Sage, who also took part already to one or two of these readings. So enjoy Sudip and Jonathan.
There's always a component of love in all copulations. Amid catastrophes, stuck in stalemate situations, a melody, murmur, and the gush of vermilion. Thank you.
Hello once again. Good evening and good morning, wherever you may be. A quick poem today to you, to everyone. Short and sweet. It's untitled. Now just get into it. The world is on fire, and love is the wind with which it spreads. Half awoken breaths above our lips float in trances of mercy. The ecstasy of lights dance upon our flesh as rosy-hued sleep. Alright, well, enjoy the rest of the reading. Adios.
So there you had it, those two short but very nice poems. And next online, I give the word to Saptaparni, so you can go with your poem.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me now? So the poem I'm going to read, it's called Sheet of Paper. True self? Well, what is it? I don't know me, not a tiny bit. I was trying to mold me as per someone else. Society and parents, friends and church bells. Circles of I hope they like me's. Colors flying away, slowly with the breeze. Souls jump off in engulfing wells. Bodies remain, waiting for the ends. Fitting into the right and wrong, the black and white, the calm and storm. I think I started losing myself when I was about 5. You always told me what to do, but not a single why. My friends at school told me that I should be thin, so I stopped eating with a smile. But why won't they like me still? Another told me my lips are too thick. My eyebrows don't look how they should. Fixed an appointment with the parlor that day. Covered my face up with a hood. You're too loud. Behave yourself. So I shut up. Well, I didn't want to give other people help. But I did everything you told me to. But why do I still feel unloved? Why do I still feel askew? The sheet of paper came with a million shades. Wash it, wash it, wash it till it fades. The sheet of paper came with a million shades. Wash it, wash it, wash it till it's dead.
Thank you very much, Saptaparni. And as the last time, you're very welcome to stay for the rest of the evening. But if you want to go and enjoy your sleep, you're also very welcome to do so. All right, so next in line we have another new person who contributed, very special, from the UK, whose nickname is Grandad Johnny, and who will introduce his poem himself better than I will do. So enjoy, Grandad Johnny.
Hi, Grandad Johnny again. I'm going to do my scary poem now, all about the ghost in Pestilence Lane, and that's the title. It goes something like this. During last lockdown, in the snow and the rain, I went for a walk in Pestilence Lane. It's outside our village, almost hidden from sight. The black clouds looked angry as I walked there that night. Not many go there, it's scary and foul. No bird song is heard, not even an owl. But I wasn't worried, I'm not easily scared. Yet things I saw that evening, I just wasn't prepared. No houses were seen, except just the one. 'Twas Pestilent Cottage that I came upon. Never passed it before, when out on my walk, but I'd heard the ghost stories, legends and talk. Its age and its look were centuries old, decaying, corrupted, forbidding and cold. It was next to a graveyard, where victims of plague, like buried, forgotten, their tombstones were vague. A young man stood leaning on the old garden gate. His strange clothes were ragged, in a bit of a state. It suddenly appeared. I hadn't seen him before. He was over 6 foot, and furthermore, his dark eyes looked through me with a devilish glare, and had me entranced in its malevolent stare. His grey hair was long and riddled with lice, his tone low and deep, so clear and concise. "Welcome to hell," he said with a sneer. "No place for the living, only dead folk lie here." Then out of the graves rose witches and whores, their rotting flesh writhing in pusses and sores, their wide rictus grins and rancid bad breath. They swayed side by side, a macabre dance of death. Their fingers like talents with satanic glee, and I knew in my heart they were coming for me. I struggled to answer, my voice wouldn't come, my heartbeat was booming like a far distant drum. "I'm Gideon Packmore, the guardians of souls. You'll stay with me where eternity rolls." My legs felt like hot lead, I wanted to flee, then the ground started shaking and my eyes couldn't see. I stood there in silence, transfixed in a spell. I must get away from this obnoxious hell. I said a quick prayer, then my senses came back as I ran fast and furious away up the track. 5 minutes later I'd left the dark lane, and I'd made up my mind not to go there again. Was it for real? I'm asking you. Or was it a dream? Or was it all true?
Yes, very, very interesting, and he has a way of telling it that is really, really takes you into it. I hope the background music wasn't too much out of the theme. I don't know at what part it was. I should have. I replaced it with some scary ambient music. My bad. So Grandad Johnny, if you're watching this and you want to send another scary poem next time, I will put some great music, some great creepy music to go along with your reciting. But for now, it's time for my friend Igor to go and recite his poetry. Please. So we're just waiting.
Now you can hear me, yes. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm beginning to read. The first poem is called The Body and Soul, and I was inspired by the novel of Yukio Mishima, The Golden Pavilion, and some of its contest is inside these verses. So, body and soul. The believer brings before the little prayer book candlelit proof of his great faith. It is, though just object miserable. Human life is not worth even as much as that item. Its death awaits thus, that uh, breath last. But not only a soul, also a body has that valuable one. The body, the matter, listens, the soul, when is constantly with care provided. If nothing else, then at least food and air enter it, and then from the believer the garbage comes out. So the believer has to take care of the body until his last breath. The body to the soul is its only temple, because the candle in brief will burn out, and then the temple will be inflamed. The believer has the soul, but he can't beat the matter while knowing he can't have it, the same as his predecessors. As in the Golden Pavilion, unlike the previous priests, who had more money for their feelings, also having something to spend on pleasures. And now the second poem, which I uh, planned for tonight, Moderate Journalist Shit. With the lies from his morning column, the so-called one for the rights of homeless children, the hallway by the front door in the interior of the balcony he whitewashed. The coins for this in the Golden Circle buffet, the one next to the Russian embassy under the newspaper, while he was supposedly reading it, were placed for him and for the proliferation services of those about the child traders. Some left yellow glittering items in the inbox for fishing in the garage of the cottage inherited from his partisan father. From him were collected, with which to his daughter, who with his divorced wife in the South African Republic had moved, he bought a Bulgari ring and a Moschino sweater. Once, it seems, he forgot to write everything as he was told, and his tiny souled head, with a wire around his neck, was wrapped by a gentleman who entered through the balcony door. But fortunately, this wine, like all Macedonian journalists, was extremely messy, and the banana peel from today's breakfast had thrown on the ground. The perpetrator stepped on it from the balcony, freshly whitewashed edge broke his spine, leaving a trail of blood. The journalist was saved, but as long as the inside lasted, just dark thoughts in his not particularly developed mind rolled over, which were: how will he find the money for re-whitewashing? How now they really screwed him up. And for this poem, I was inspired by the corruption in our country of the journalists, and I wrote this one 3 years ago, and unfortunately, up till today, there's no changes for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Igor. It's always a pleasure to have your your cultural inputs to these readings. So thank you very much for that. And next in line, we have again two different videos. One from Katherine Brownlie, who's also taken part to every reading from the start, and who today has sent me a kind of poetic creation more than just a poem. That's an introduction for a music, and you will have the music, I think it's War Crime or something like that. I will put the link in the description tomorrow so you can go and check it out if you want. So without further ado, Katherine Brownlie.
I'm not here. I'm there, high in the breeze, where the trees breathe and ache. Numbed my dignity and possibility. Penetrating, looking, I take it, penetrating. I take it all so you can snuff the soul and make lasting memories of my hollow shell. Detached caressed by loathing. Detached heroes make soft, sore, and unrelenting routine until the creep of conscience and the nightmares will not take me.
So that was Pain Assimilation as an intro for the song War Crime, which you will find the link to in the description. And the next one is from France with Lady Joan, who sent a video last time and sent one again today, and with a very personal touch that is really nice to see. So enjoy her reading.
Tu crois me connaître en dessinant au millimètre les pierres de mon tombeau? Aucun de ces marbres je n'ai choisi pour caveau. Moi je voulais sous l'arbre dormir pour l'éternité. Caresse le galbe des colonnes débitées. Je suis le grain qui glisse sur ta peau. Tu estimes ma valeur au nombre de mes bijoux, triste parure du bonheur? Mais les vraies perles de Vénus ont, elles, coulé sur mes joues. Moi, je n'aimais que la fleur qu'il glissait dans mon cou. Sans la terre chaude et humide du tumulus, je suis l'odeur qui parfume l'humus. Tu imagines m'avoir trouvé en déchiffrant l'épitaphe à demi effacée, cette funèbre inscription? J'étais tellement plus qu'un nom, une femme qui aime. Moi, j'aurais choisi un de ces poèmes pour garder éternelles nos émotions. Ferme les yeux, écoute la lisée. Je suis le vent qui chante et qui sème.
So there it was, a poem in French from Lydie Joan with a nice picture with it, nice drawing. Maybe it's her that done it, I don't know for sure. And we are reaching the end of this reading. Before I start reading the poem I've prepared for tonight, I would like to thank again everyone who took part in either of these readings, and also wanted to say that with Igor we decided to go for an anthology project. That is, to everyone who takes part to these readings, we send an offer to have this poem published in an anthology that we are working on. So it may not be very soon because we need enough material to have a decent anthology, but anyways, we invite you all, in one part, to take part to these reading, because it's always great to hear you people reading your poetry, and if you do that, you are also very we highly hope that you will take part in this anthology, which is a project that we are really excited about. So again, thank you all, and I'm going to read now 2 poems of mine, both in French. It's always hard when you write in 2 languages to choose in which one you read, but I'm feeling more comfortable to read in French. So here it goes. The first one is a short one, and that's also why I'm reading 2 tonight. And it has no title, so I'm going for it. Mer d'ampoules sur fond de jazz, qui fond comme neige au soleil, jusqu'à ce qu'il n'en reste plus qu'une, seule, isolée, au fond de la vallée. Et l'on se rencontre, 2 fenêtres inconnues qui s'observent dans les senteurs de la nuit, au milieu des phares lucioles qui cherchent leur chemin sur la route vers nulle part, qui ne font que passer, passer, apparition furtive. Mais cette lumière finit par s'éteindre, brisant ce dernier lien avec l'humanité. Et je me retrouve seul, seul sur mon canapé, à regarder dans le vide, là où, il y a à peine quelques instants, se tenaient les reflets de mon âme. There you go. That's thank you. That was the first one. And for the second one, I must say I hesitated a long time before I choose this one, because as you might know if you've watched the previous reading, I have a tendency to read not so bright poems, so kind of critical poem, and this one is really out of this line, but I thought that would bring a brighter touch to it, so therefore I'm going for this one that's a bit lighter. Ramène ta fraise, on va se faire plaisir. On s'en fiche de ce qu'ils pourront bien dire. Ce sont des jaloux qui n'osent pas sortir et ruminent jusqu'à en mourir. Laissons nos fantaisies éclater au grand jour, chanter comme les oiseaux pour célébrer l'amour, danser comme des idiots sur le pavé. Ma chère moitié, allons, allons, allons nous aimer. Et manger et boire jusqu'à déborder, laissant notre corps roter et péter, nus comme au premier jour, laissons-nous aller aux caresses du vent et les nôtres et nos baisers. Nos mains sur nos corps, nos âmes dans nos yeux, mon désir, ton désir, allumés comme des feux, qui nous réchauffent dans la nuit des villes contre la froideur de toutes ces langues trop viles. Nus, et pourtant nous sommes des chevaliers, dans l'armure de nos peaux d'oreilles et émailles, leur venin ne saurait entamer, ne serait-ce qu'un morceau de nos parfaits fessiers. Jurons comme des charretiers et crions comme des fous, laissons-les donc chercher des poux, et s'ils en trouvent, tant mieux pour eux, rien ne nous atteint quand on est 2. Serre-moi fort dans tes bras, ne me lâche jamais, oh non, ne me lâche pas. Embrassons-nous, à tous les sens du terme, en une explosion de couleurs dans ce monde terne. Je te sens dans mon épiderme. À leurs yeux, nous pouvons être 2 pachydermes, c'est facile mais c'est pas grave. Comme on dit au Québec, sont des hosties de cave. Allez, viens donc te coucher. Je veux t'entendre ronfler comme un chat heureux après son repas. Je veux m'endormir auprès de toi. So that was this one that's a bit lighter, talking about everyday life situation and going the way you want to go and not the way others want you to go. So that was it for tonight. Thank you everyone for joining in, and as always I'm leaving the last word for my guests. Please.
I'm very happy that I participated once again in this wonderful reading, and I hope that we can publish our poems in the anthology. Also, because as I said in my second poem, and there was a petition of the best European writers. Unfortunately, these hybrid installations and corruptions are corrupting the journalism, the media, and also the publishing houses. So I think we had plenty of high quality poetry here, and I think that the world needs to find out about the verses which are of high quality, not just those that the publishers publish them, not even somebody to read them, but for some other purposes, many times even for money laundering.
Like I really like sitting live and listening to the poems, like live rather than seeing the video afterwards. So like I really enjoyed this time as well, like the last time.